I still remember the exact moment it happened. I was at a family gathering wearing a floral cardigan I had owned for years. I thought it was safe, comfortable, age appropriate. But then one of my nieces whispered, thinking I couldn't hear, "She dresses just like Grandma." It was meant as an innocent comment, but it hit me like a cold wave. In that moment, I realized my clothes weren't just aging me, they were hiding me. That night, I stood in front of my mirror and asked myself a hard question. When did I start dressing to disappear instead of dressing to shine? I saw a woman with years of life and wisdom, but I also saw muted colors, heavy fabrics, and silhouettes that belonged to a version of me I no longer wanted to be. And that's when I made a promise. I would never wear granny clothes again. Because here's the truth, your wardrobe has the power to either lift you up or pull you down. The right outfits can make you look vibrant, confident, and 10 years younger without ever trying too hard. Elegant outfits for mature women are not about chasing youth. They're about celebrating who you are today with style, grace, and energy. So in this video, I'm going to share exactly why I ditched the outdated styles, the colors that drained me, and the fabrics that did nothing for my confidence. I'll give you anti-aging fashion tips, subtle style shifts, and smart outfit swaps that made me feel alive again, and how you can do the same no matter your age. And trust me, once you see these changes, you'll never look at your wardrobe the same way again. Now, let's start with the first and most important reason I left granny clothes in the past. Reason number one, outdated clothes dull your true energy. I didn't realize it at first, but the clothes I wore were quietly dimming the spark inside me. They weren't terrible, they were just safe. Beige cardigans, shapeless skirts, orthopedic-looking shoes, clothes that whispered blend in instead of stand tall. But here's the thing. When your wardrobe stops reflecting your true personality, it starts stealing a piece of your energy. Think about it. Have you ever put on something and instantly felt your mood shift? When you wear an outfit that makes you feel vibrant, you walk differently, you smile more, people notice. But when you wear clothes that feel heavy, visually or physically, they send a silent message that you're fading into the background. And no matter how beautiful your spirit is, your style can either highlight it or hide it. For many women over 60, the problem isn't that we don't care about style. It's that we've been told for decades that aging means toning things down. But anti-aging outfits aren't about dressing younger. They're about dressing in a way that lets your energy shine through. That means choosing cuts that flatter your shape, fabrics that move with you, and colors that bring light to your face. I remember replacing a boxy gray sweater with a fitted navy blazer in a smooth, lightweight fabric. The difference was shocking. My shoulders looked straighter, my skin looked warmer, and I felt like I had woken up after years of playing small. It wasn't vanity, it was visibility. If you're wondering whether your wardrobe might be dulling your energy, here's a quick test. Do your clothes make you feel like the best version of yourself, or do they simply do the job? If it's the latter, it's time to start looking at styles that lift you up. The right elegant outfits for mature women can transform not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to change everything overnight. One well-chosen blouse, one pair of tailored pants, one flattering dress can begin the shift. Every piece you add that makes you feel alive is a small step toward reclaiming your spark. Because the truth is, energy is magnetic. And when you let your style express the energy you actually feel inside, you'll notice people respond to you differently. More smiles, more compliments, more connection. But of course, clothing isn't just about style. The material it's made from can make or break your look, which is why the next step is understanding how fabric can either elevate you or instantly age you. Reason number two, wrong fabrics can age you instantly. When I started clearing out my closet, one thing surprised me the most. It wasn't always the style of the clothing that made me look older. Sometimes it was the fabric. Fabrics tell a story before you say a word. A faded polyester blouse with a stiff collar. It whispers, outdated, before you even step into the room. A heavy, scratchy wool skirt that clings in the wrong places. It quietly robs your silhouette of grace. Even the most beautiful cut can fall flat if the material looks cheap, overly worn, or simply doesn't drape well. I learned this the hard way. I once bought a dress in a gorgeous jewel tone, rich emerald green, my absolute favorite. The color was perfect for my skin tone, but the fabric was thick, rigid, and creased in awkward places. Instead of flowing with my movements, it fought against them. The result? I looked weighed down, both physically and emotionally. That's when I began investing in fabrics that worked with me instead of against me. Soft, high-quality materials like silk blends, lightweight wool, cashmere, and fine cotton not only feel better against your skin, but also fall in a way that flatters your natural shape. For women over 60, this isn't about chasing trends. It's about choosing luxury fabrics for mature women that offer both comfort and elegance. Another overlooked factor: fabric finish. Matte textures can sometimes dull your look, while a subtle sheen, like satin or polished cotton, can reflect light onto your face, giving you that healthy, youthful glow. This is one of the simplest anti-aging fashion tips you can adopt. Let your fabrics do some of the work for you. And here's something to keep in mind: quality fabric doesn't have to mean expensive. Even on a budget, you can find pieces made from breathable, smooth, and well-constructed materials. The trick is to touch, feel, and move in them before you decide. If the fabric feels stiff, scratchy, or lifeless in the store, it will feel even worse after a few hours of wear. Once I made this switch, I noticed not only a difference in how I looked, but also in how I carried myself. Soft fabrics encouraged me to move with more ease. Tailored materials held their shape beautifully throughout the day. And every time I caught a glimpse of my reflection, I saw a woman who looked put together without trying too hard. But even with the right fabrics, there's one thing that can still work against you: color. Because the truth is, certain shades can drain your complexion faster than any fabric ever could. And that's exactly what we'll talk about next. Reason number 3: the wrong color palette can steal your glow. The first time I saw myself in a photograph wearing a pale beige turtleneck, I was shocked. My skin looked dull, my eyes seemed tired, and there was no spark in my face. I thought it was just bad lighting until I wore that same top to lunch with a friend, and she quietly asked if I was feeling okay. That's when it hit me. It wasn't my mood, and it wasn't the lighting, it was the color. Color has a powerful influence on how we look and feel. For women over 60, the wrong shades can drain the natural warmth from our skin, making us appear more tired than we actually are. Dull browns, washed out pastels, and overly muted grays can be especially harsh if they don't complement your undertone. This is why one of the most overlooked anti-aging fashion tips is simply learning which colors bring your face to life. The good news: you don't have to wear neon pink or electric blue to look vibrant. It's about finding the shades that naturally enhance your skin tone. Jewel tones, like deep sapphire, rich emerald, and burgundy, often work beautifully for mature women. Soft, warm neutrals like camel, ivory, and blush can also lift your complexion without overpowering it. These best colors for women over 60 act like a natural spotlight, reflecting warmth back onto your face. I started experimenting by holding different fabrics under my chin in front of a mirror. When I found the right color, my skin looked healthier, my eyes looked brighter, and I didn't need as much makeup. It was as if the color was doing part of the work for me. Another tip: don't underestimate the impact of color contrast. Pairing a light top with a darker bottom, or vice versa, can create balance and draw the eye upward toward your face. This not only elongates your silhouette, but also gives a polished, intentional look. Once I embraced my personal color palette, shopping became easier and getting dressed became more joyful. I no longer wasted money on items that looked great on the hanger but lifeless on me. Instead, every piece in my closet made me look like the most energized version of myself. Of course, even if your clothes are perfect in style, fabric, and color, there's still one element that can completely undo the effect: your hair. And in the next part, we'll talk about why the wrong hairstyle can age you faster than any outfit ever could. Reason number 4, an outdated hairstyle can age you overnight. I used to think that as long as my hair was neat and clean, it didn't really matter what style it was in. But one day, I saw an old photo of myself from a community event. My outfit was elegant, my makeup was subtle yet flattering. But my hairstyle, it looked like it had been frozen in time since the late 90s. Suddenly, I understood why something always felt off in my reflection. Your hair is more than just a frame for your face, it's one of the first things people notice. And just like clothes, certain hairstyles can unintentionally add years to your appearance. Heavy, helmet-like curls, overly teased volume, or extremely short cuts with no softness can make even the most vibrant woman look older than she feels. When I started exploring anti-aging hairstyles and elegant haircuts for mature women, I realized that the right cut and texture could lift my whole face. Soft layers that frame the cheeks, a chin-length bob with gentle movement, or long hair with healthy shine can all bring back a youthful energy without trying to look like you're 20 again. One of the best changes I ever made was swapping my stiff, hairspray-heavy style for a layered bob with side-swept bangs. It opened up my face, made my cheekbones more defined, and gave me a sense of lightness. People began complimenting me, not just on my hair, but on how bright I looked. Color also plays a huge role. Harsh flat black can sometimes harden features, while overly light platinum can wash you out. Finding a tone that complements your skin, like warm caramel, soft chestnut, or silvery blonde, can make all the difference. And if you embrace your natural gray, keeping it shiny and well-conditioned is key to maintaining an elegant, age-defying look. Your hair should move, catch the light, and reflect your personality. Think of it as the finishing touch that completes your style story. The wrong hairstyle can undo the effort you've put into your outfit, but the right one can make even a simple t-shirt and jeans look polished. And once you've found your ideal hairstyle, there's still one more detail that can either elevate your look or pull it down: accessories. Because the truth is, the wrong pair of shoes or a dated handbag can quietly sabotage everything else you've worked so hard to get right. Let's talk about that next. Reason number 5, accessories can make or break your style. I once spent weeks putting together the perfect outfit for a milestone birthday dinner: sleek navy dress, tailored just right, soft cashmere wrap in a flattering cream tone, and heels that made me feel unstoppable. But when I looked at the photos afterward, something didn't sit right. And then I saw it: the bulky, outdated handbag hanging on my shoulder like an afterthought. That one accessory had quietly dragged my entire look down. Accessories are like punctuation marks in your style sentence. The right ones can complete your statement with elegance and clarity, while the wrong ones can change the meaning entirely. For women over 60, accessories hold even more power because they can instantly modernize a classic outfit or make it feel decades older. The first rule: quality over quantity. A single timeless accessory for women over 60, like a structured leather handbag in a neutral tone or a pair of understated gold earrings, can outshine a dozen trendy but cheaply made pieces. High-quality accessories don't just last longer, they send a subtle message of confidence and refinement. Shoes are another make-or-break element. Comfortable doesn't have to mean clunky. A pair of elegant low-block heels, sleek loafers, or chic ankle boots can keep your look fresh while still being kind to your feet. The goal is to find footwear that blends comfort, modern style, and proportion so it complements your silhouette rather than cutting it off awkwardly. Scarves, belts, and jewelry can be your best friends when used strategically. A silk scarf in one of your best colors for women over 60 can brighten your complexion instantly. A well-placed belt can define your waist and add shape to a flowing dress. And jewelry, when chosen thoughtfully, can act as a conversation starter while drawing attention to your best features. The trick is to view accessories as part of your overall outfit strategy, not an afterthought. They should harmonize with your clothing, hairstyle, and even makeup, creating a look that feels intentional from head to toe. When I started curating my accessories with the same care I used for my clothes, I noticed that my style felt more complete, like a song finally hitting the right note. And once you've mastered accessories, you're ready for the final, most transformative step, creating a style that's entirely your own so you never slip back into granny clothes again. That's exactly what we'll explore in the next part. How to build your signature style. After 55. When I finally stopped wearing clothes that aged me, I realized something important. It wasn't just about avoiding granny style. It was about creating a wardrobe that felt uniquely mine, one that told my story without me saying a word. Building your signature style after 55 starts with knowing who you are now, not who you were 20 years ago. Your life has evolved, and so should your style. This doesn't mean chasing every trend or throwing out everything classic. It means curating a capsule wardrobe for elegant, mature women that blends timeless pieces with modern touches. Begin with a strong foundation: a tailored blazer, perfectly fitted jeans, a versatile midi dress, and a crisp white blouse are wardrobe anchors that can be dressed up or down. These essentials create a canvas you can personalize with accessories, colors, and textures that make you feel alive. Think of them as the home base of your style. Next, add personality layers. This is where you can have fun, whether it's a statement coat in your favorite jewel tone, a silk scarf with a playful print, or bold eyewear that frames your face beautifully. These details tell the world that you're confident, creative, and not afraid to be seen. Pay attention to anti-aging fashion tips that work for your body type and lifestyle. If you're petite, aim for streamlined silhouettes that elongate your frame. If you're curvy, highlight your best features with structure and drape. And above all, choose fabrics and colors that bring warmth and movement to your look. The final step? Consistency. When your clothes, accessories, hairstyle, and even your makeup speak the same style language, you create a visual harmony that feels effortless. People may not be able to pinpoint exactly why you look so polished, they'll just know you do. Your signature style should feel like an extension of yourself, not a costume you put on for special occasions. When you open your closet each morning, you should see pieces that make you excited to get dressed because they reflect the vibrant, elegant woman you are today. And once you've found that harmony, something magical happens. You stop worrying about looking too young or too old. You simply look like the best version of yourself, confident, graceful, and unmistakably you. Now let's bring it all together and end with a reminder of why this journey matters so much. Conclusion: why I'll never wear granny clothes again. Looking back, I realized this journey was never just about fashion. It was about reclaiming a part of myself I didn't even know I'd lost. Each change, switching from outdated cuts to flattering silhouettes, replacing stiff fabrics with soft, luxury blends, embracing colors that brought my skin to life, updating my hairstyle, curating thoughtful accessories, and building a capsule wardrobe was like opening another window to let the light back in. Clothes may not define who we are, but they can reflect how we feel about ourselves. And for too long, I had been dressing in a way that told the world I was ready to fade into the background. The moment I chose elegant outfits for mature women that celebrated my spirit instead of hiding it, everything shifted. I felt more confident in conversations, more excited to go out, and more comfortable in my own skin. If you take only one thing from this video, let it be this: style has no expiration date. You have every right to wear clothes that make you feel vibrant, modern, and alive, no matter your age. Anti-aging fashion tips aren't about pretending to be younger. They're about honoring who you are today and dressing in a way that makes that version of you shine. So the next time you stand in front of your closet, ask yourself, does this outfit reflect the woman I am now or the woman I used to be? Choose the pieces that make you feel strong, beautiful, and unforgettable. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed this journey, there's so much more to explore together. Whether it's finding your perfect hairstyle, building your dream wardrobe, or learning how to style with color like a pro. Make sure to subscribe, share this video with a friend who might need the same inspiration, and watch the next video for more fashion inspiration for women over 60, because we're just getting started, and the best is yet to come.